The Mad Report.
The Mad Report. The Mad Report. Bringing you the ultimate information for entertainment news and pop culture in the Caribbean and across the globe. Stay tuned for an unforgettable show with an exciting guest you can't afford to miss, along with your weekly e-news coverage. Only on The Mad Report. The Mad Report.
The Mad Report. The Mad Report. The Mad Report.
With me, Madeline Reed. Now, enjoy the show and let's rock and roll.
You're listening to the Mad Report with Madeline Reed. And now, here's your host, Madeline Reed.
Welcome to the Mad Report, the pulse of pop culture and entertainment news. I'm Madeline Reed, here to keep you updated on the latest buzz from around the globe. From breaking headlines to the hottest music and film releases, we've got it all covered. Now let's dive into some international headlines. Mad. First up, Eric Menendez is speaking out against what he calls the dishonest portrayal of his life in Netflix's Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. Directed by Ryan Murphy, this 9-episode series explores the infamous crime from multiple angles, including the prosecution's claims that the murders were driven by financial motives. In music news, Journey's lead singer Arno Pineda is offering fans a chance to vote on whether he should stay with the band. After a challenging performance at Rock in Rio where he struggled with his ear monitors, Arno was so affected by the feedback that he put it into a fan poll.
Bad.
Meanwhile, Sean Diddy Combs has seen a spike in streams across his extensive music catalog following his recent arrest. Data from Luminate shows that his music had an average increase of 18.3% in streams during the week of his arrest.
Content at last.
And in exciting news, Lady Gaga has announced her new album titled Harlequin, which ties in with her role in the upcoming Joker sequel, which she stars alongside Joaquin Phoenix. Mad. Over in the Caribbean, Monty Blake of Maritone Disco will receive an honorary Doctor of Letters from the University of the West Indies Mona campus later this year. Dancehall artists QQ and his brother IQ have just released a new track called Festive, along with its official music video. Mad. And Shensia has become the first Jamaican woman to occupy the top 2 spots on the Belize YouTube charts.
Mad.
Now let's check out this week's top streaming songs. Die With a Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, Sailor Song, Gigi Perez, I Remember Everything by Zach Bryan and Casey McGraves, All Red, Playboy Cardi, and Dating Options by Shensia.
Content at last.
And the top streaming series this week include Agatha All Along, Black Comedy, The Penguin, Crime Drama, Monsters, The Lyle and Eric Menendez Story, True Crime Drama, Dark Winds Season 2, a psychological thriller, and Twilight of the Gods, Season 1, fantasy animation. For films, the top picks of this week include Beetlejuice, comedy, Transformers 1, action-adventure, Never Let Go, suspense, The Substance, sci-fi, and Jungkook, I Am Still, musical documentary. Mad. Now it's time for our newest aspect, the Silver Screen Spotlight. Each week I'll be diving into one standout film, past or present, that deserves some extra attention. We'll talk everything you need to know to make it your next must-watch. So let's roll the reel and get into this week's Silver Screen Spotlight pick.
Content at last.
Mad.
This week's pick is the 2024 film, The Boy in the Woods. Set in Nazi-occupied Eastern Europe, this powerful true story follows the survival of a young Jewish boy named Max as he navigates the treacherous forest to evade capture while being hunted by Nazis. Directed by Rebecca Snow, it stars Jet Klein, Richard Armitage, and David Colesmith. A fun fact about the film, although it's set in war-torn Europe, the film was actually shot in North Bay. And finally, let's take a moment to reflect on this week's in pop culture history. In 1978, Jamie Lee Curtis made her mark as the Scream Queen with her debut in John Carpenter's Halloween. This low-budget thriller grossed an impressive $47 million in the U.S. box office and became a cultural phenomenon. John Carpenter also wrote the movie's score and billed himself as the Bowling Green Philharmonic Orchestra during the ending credits. To date, there have been 13 Halloween-related movies, including reboots. Curtis reprised her role for the last three, and the final chapter, Halloween Ends, was released on October 14, 2022, concluding the franchise. There are plans, however, to produce a TV miniseries called Hollowed Field, which will be based on the events and characters from the very first Halloween movie, and is expected to begin airing on October 31st, 2024. Mad. That's all for today's headlines. Remember to follow on Instagram at Official Mad Report to stay connected, especially as the Silver Screen Spotlight will be featuring some interesting choices for the spooky month of October. Stay tuned for more music and news coming up next. I'm Madeline Reed, and this was the Mad Report.